Hey guys, so today I just kind of wanted to bring to you an interview that I did with, or that Aslam did with me. I don't know if you guys know the 9 to 5 millionaire, but he reached out to me and asked me if it is okay for him to interview me with regards to how I'm doing on my YouTube channels and what I am doing on my YouTube channels and stuff. And I agreed. I said it's fine. So this video is just gonna be purely about YouTube, making money on YouTube, ways that you can make money on YouTube, my 5 tips on how I started, courses I've bought, and. So we are basically working hand in hand with regards to helping people make money online. So this is one of the tools that you actually can use. And I know that a lot of people know about making money on YouTube, but I also know that there's a lot of people that don't. So if you don't know how to make money online and you saw the title and you saw this particular thumbnail and you really liked it, just comment, like, subscribe, click the notification button, and let's get right into it.
So, guys, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'm on this mission. I'm on this journey to, teach people different ways of making money online. Now, they understand there isn't one way. There isn't only one way of making money online. You could get into something like network marketing, where you build a distribution channel online and throughout the world, and you build depth through that business. Alternative number 2 is maybe where you get some involved in something like e-commerce, and you sell stuff on places like Amazon or Shopify, drop shipping. You get products from overseas and then you get it sent to another part of the world, and you basically earn money from that. Then we could look at something like, let's call it affiliate marketing, where you take someone else's product, you get good at promoting, yourself and that other product, and you then earn a commission from doing that. Okay. But then there are other methods of making money, and one such method is YouTube. Now, when you speak about YouTube, most people think about dog and cat videos. Okay, they watch the cat jumping over the boxes or whatever the case is. And YouTube is just like this binge social media channel that people don't really know how to use. But little do they know, YouTube is actually the second biggest search engine on the internet, right after Google. Okay, Google is the biggest search engine. So YouTube's got billions and billions of users. People spend thousands and thousands of hours on there every day. Okay, mostly watching mindless information, more often than not, just for entertainment. But did you know you can also make money from YouTube? And that is what this whole video and interview is going to be about today. So I'm doing this little introduction so that you understand where this fits in. And I didn't know this, but I've got a good friend of mine on this call today. Her name's Danica. And Danica is someone that I've known for, it's probably 5 to 6 years now. And I only found out very recently that she's been making money off YouTube. So the two of us got together, and I knew a few things, and I taught her a few things, and she showed me how to do things on YouTube. And to give you the gist of this, to show you the results, about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, my YouTube channel literally had about under 50 people. I think I must have had about 30 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And as we were going through the information, between myself and Danica, she's been helping me, get the YouTube channel up, because I realized that it's a very good funnel for the businesses that I run. And a month and a half later, the channel's up to over 1,000 subscribers, meaning that it is now monetized. I wasn't sure how to monetize the channel, and now I know there are 2 different ways of me monetizing my YouTube channel. Maybe there's a few more that she hasn't told me about, but that's what the purpose of this meeting is. Okay, so there are various ways to monetize YouTube, and I wanted to delve in. So understand that this is not a YouTube training video that we're going to be doing today. This is more an introduction, a very introductory sort of video. We'll probably do a follow-up video, in terms of actual training. This is just to make you aware that there are ways to make money off YouTube. And the beauty of doing it on YouTube or any video sort of channel is when you create content, or when you have content that belongs to you, or you have the rights to that content, you could literally turn that content into money-making babies for yourself online. And it doesn't matter whether people see it today or they could see it 5 years from now, and you could still end up making money from that. Now, to me, that is passive income, and that is exactly what I'm interested in. And that is why I have an interest in learning more about YouTube. So I thought I'm going to bring Danica on, and she's going to share her journey. Obviously, she wasn't born with this YouTube skill. You know, she had to go out and learn it and practice and fail. And, you know, today she's coaching other people on how to make use of YouTube and to monetize the platform. Okay, Danica, can you still hear me? I know she's all the way in Dubai, guys, so you must understand sometimes the audio might be going off.
The connection is a bit unstable, but yeah.
Okay, awesome. Danica, how are you doing today?
Good, and how are you, Aslam?
I'm great, thanks. So our audio has been a bit of a challenge, guys. I will try to smooth it out and edit it, you know, as once I do the editing on this video. So hopefully by the time you guys get it, we giving you a clean, crisp copy. So Danica, tell me, you know, before we get into this, maybe let's give the viewers a bit of background about you. Obviously, you live in Dubai right now. You are obviously not originally from Dubai. So maybe give us some background about Danica, where she comes from, and just your little story, your introduction.
How I wish I was originally from Dubai. It would have been great. So I am originally from South Africa. I was born in South Africa. I think I was born to two completely different people. Like, my mom is half Zulu and my dad is colored, so like there's a whole mixed concoction there. I was raised in Midrand,
Okay.
Robberidge, like a little small colored community in Midrand around there. I think I graduated high school 2005. I'm really old, yeah. So, I mean, when I graduated high school, I didn't even know what I was going to do. I just went into accounting because I thought that was like the way that I needed to go. Because, I mean, obviously when we grew up, the one thing that you needed to do, you needed to secure a job, right? So accounting was one of those jobs that would be everlasting. So when every company needs like creditors, accountants, creditors, clerks, all of that. So I went in and I studied accounting, which I hated. I hated it because it was a desk job and I wanted to run around and do what I needed to do. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I think my online marketing, I started in 2015.
Okay.
I started with you, actually. Yeah, so I didn't know much. Like, you was the one that gave me all the insights. I started with you with network marketing, and that's where I started learning, and yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so you got in around 2015, and I remember now because I got into network marketing around 2014. And guys, I'll never forget this. You know, this is the beauty of network marketing. I remember signing up someone that I'd worked with at a bank, and this person then introduced me to someone else who they worked with. I think he introduced me to a guy called Garth, and you know, from there, this guy Garth introduced me to someone called Ryan, and then Ryan brought in you know, a few other guys, and along that line of people that had come in, you know, Danica came in through the system, so she was like you know, like a 5th generation member in my network marketing business at the time. And I'll never forget getting on a call. I even remember exactly where I was sitting. I had just finished we used to do a lot of presentations back then, you know, where we would meet people in coffee shops, and I was sitting at a McDonald's. I had just walked out from a McDonald's in Johannesburg. I had just finished doing a presentation, and this guy told me, listen, I've got this lady, Danica. Danica came in through a guy called Angelo, actually. I remember. And,
Yes.
they got me on this call with Danica, and I was doing this three-way call. And there's only one thing I remember about her personality. She was just super excited about what she was getting involved in, and her enthusiasm was just infectious. And
Mind you, I didn't even know what I was getting into.
she didn't even know. One of our mentors used to always just say, pay attention, get excited, never quit. She was beyond excited. Like, she was the definition of excited, right? And you can still see that. She was just full of smiles and just a happy-go-lucky person. And, I started to get to know her, and we started building the business, and I started working with her a lot more closely. And that's how we became, fairly close friends, and we started building the business in that way. And as life would have it, things moved on. Danica got married, and her marriage then led her on to Dubai. But I wanna touch on what happened in 2015. So you obviously were building the business with us at the time in the company that we were in. But in the background, which you never ever mentioned to me or anyone else for that matter, you were obviously delving into some things online, which seems to be I don't know if it was YouTube at the time, but let us know what you got involved in when you started going online. Because to me, network marketing, especially the way we were doing it back then, was far from being online. We were like in coffee shops and living rooms and hotels. That's how we were building the business 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe some background on that.
Okay, so before, I think when we started with network marketing, or when I bought into your vision with the other business, I was excited, very excited, but I had no idea what we were going to do. But I was purely excited because I saw so many people making it happen, right? Doing it for themselves. And I had traditional businesses that I was running in South Africa that just wasn't making it, right? So I had to steer somewhere else. So my husband at the time was my boyfriend, and he taught me a lot about the online world, right? Although I didn't trust it or anything like that, what I had to do is I had to go and research on how to take business online. So I tried to actually take my traditional business online first, right? And that just didn't work because construction you really can't take online. Right? So there was like traditional businesses that I was trying to take online, and it failed miserably.
What I want to just find out, I just want to delve into what you tried while you were still in South Africa. Maybe tell us some of the things you tried. I know that there are people who run traditional businesses that are trying to do or take it online, so to speak, and they're failing. And there is a way to take traditional business online, but
Yes.
Obviously this is not the reason for the interview today, but maybe let's just get into some of what you tried, even though it didn't work. Let's get into some of what you actually tried, because maybe there's someone out there doing the same thing, and I just want to get the information out so that they can see maybe they're doing the right thing, maybe they're on the different path, maybe they're actually doing it the right way.
I tried to do because we were in construction, so we were doing construction mostly with smaller firms trying to get these tenders that was going on, people to see it, and for us to literally just, I don't know how to explain it other than rank our website, for it to get to Google's first page when people actually search for it. And
awesome, everyone. So there was a bit of a cut in the video, so wherever you're watching this from, it's probably just attached on to the first part of the video. And Danica was explaining to us how she was trying to do her construction company online, trying to get it ranked on the first page of Google. Danica, if you can continue with that story, just explaining to everyone how you were trying to take your traditional business online.
Yeah, so basically what the only thing that we were trying to do is, like with all businesses, you need sales, right? So we were a small company that was trying to get more sales and was trying to basically get more exposure in order for us to get more business in. And because of the construction side in South Africa, it's already a saturated market. It was difficult for us as a small entity to get into such a big saturated market. So getting it online was one of the first things that we decided, okay, let's try and do this, because it is a very traditional business, because it is a business that not all construction companies would want to go online. Let's try and do this. Let's try and get the construction online. It did not work because majority of the people in construction at that time trusted the people that they were already working with, and going online just meant that people had to learn something new, and not everybody was open to that at the time.
Okay.
So
okay,
that
cool.
failed.
Okay, awesome. So you tried, and obviously it basically failed. Okay, perfect. So then fast forward, you basically got married, and I'll never forget it. You invited me to your wedding, and it was on a Friday. And I know I couldn't make it at the time, but I just remember it very. And I apologize. I don't apologize back then, but I remember I just started like a new.
Whatever.
She's never gonna forgive me. And I was like, why is she having this wedding on a Friday? But anyhow, I remember Danica got married, and then not long afterwards, she moved over to Dubai. So tell us, you got over to Dubai, like you were mentioning earlier, and then you tried starting a traditional business, but obviously it was very expensive, which is basically not just in Dubai, but all over the world. And this is why I'm so pro digital online businesses versus traditional business, because traditional business by its nature is expensive to set up. It's got very high startup costs. So maybe speak about that, the things you tried when you got to Dubai.
So when we got to Dubai, I was still in the business that we were doing, you and I, and that Angela got me into, right? So we were still doing it.
So Danica,
different laws and
your audio is just a bit scratchy. I don't know. Maybe we should just try. I don't know.
yours as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna try taking my earphones in and out. Can you speak on your side? So guys, this is technology. This is how technology goes when you're trying to do things online, unfortunately.
Okay, it's so scratchy. Do I sound better now?
Okay. How do I sound to you now? Can you speak, and I'll test my audio?
You're still scratchy, like you've been scratchy.
Oh man, I'm going to try this. I'm gonna try this. You sound a lot better though. Okay, continue. Go for it.
Okay.
Okay, continue. Go for it.
Okay, so when we decided to come to Dubai, when we came to Dubai, we were looking into traditional business. What was the one? One of the businesses was actually a cleaning company. So because I got so frustrated with the level of cleaning that the people do here, or that the companies do here, and coming from South Africa, like we clean, everything must shine. Like when you walk past something, you put your finger over something, there must be no dust, right? So I come from that old traditional cleaning way. You gotta go on your knees and scrub the floors. So it's different here, because we're in a different country, so things are different. Things will definitely be different. So the one thing that I wanted to bring in to make my life easier is a cleaning company, getting people from SA that are looking for jobs, kind of bring them in and get them, teach them on how to clean the area, the people's houses here. So I actually looked into it. I did extensive research as to how to start it. And that was gonna cost me about, I don't know how much it is in rands, but it was gonna cost me about 30,000 dirhams.
Wow.
To just get the paperwork sorted. And that is excluding getting visas for the people that I need to work for me, for my employees. That is excluding my own visa, and that was obviously excluding my rent that I had to pay for the company premises every single month, because here you cannot do business out of your house. You have to, if you have a company visa, you have to have company premises. So that was going to cost me an extra 5,000 a month.
Wow.
So all in all, that was going to cost me about 35,000 just for the first month. To start off with no cleaners, I would still have to go and clean the people's toilets. Like, I would still have to go and clean. You know, I don't have an employee as yet because I didn't pay for the visa, because that would cost me another 5,000 to 6,000 dirhams. So it was going to cost me quite a bit to just get a cleaning company off the ground. And I was like, this is not going to work for me. It was too expensive. We just paid for a wedding. I mean, really, like, we didn't have that kind of money. Okay. So that was one of the things that we tried, and it didn't work.
Okay, cool. So cleaning company option doesn't work. Okay, great. What was the next step? What did you try next?
So the next step for me was basically I needed to educate myself. So the biggest thing that I learned was that I had no education. I had don't mean traditional education. I mean, like, I had no online education. I had no education as to, I want to do a business. I want to make a business work, but I had no idea as to how to make it work in the way the world is currently working. Because at that point, when we got here, everything started going online. Websites were already a thing, but people started doing blogs. People started doing a lot of YouTube. People started doing Facebook ads and stuff. And I had no idea that those things can actually benefit you in a business sense. So I had to educate myself. I had to buy information. I had to buy courses. I had to pay people to teach me things that I thought I knew, of which I didn't. I was educated, brought down very quickly on the stuff that I thought I knew, and I didn't know. I had no idea as to what online marketing was actually about. Because I did online marketing with you and with the company that we were with, the information that I took from there, I just wanted to implement it in my traditional business, bringing it online. And that didn't work because that initially became spamming. So Facebook and YouTube and Instagram don't like that. They don't like spamming. And I was spamming a whole bunch of family members, a whole bunch of friends. I was just spamming all around. You know, my Facebook was full of, do you want to buy this? Do you want to get this? You know, like, I'm promoting this. And that wasn't it wasn't working. So I had to educate myself. I had to buy courses. I had to make sure that it took me a year of just learning how things work on the online. It took me about a year of just sitting and listening to online audio, sitting and listening to what people are doing, researching YouTube, researching things that I think I might be good at, finding out what it is that I am good at, and not just what I think people want me to be good at. You know what I mean? So like,
Sure.
as I said in the beginning, accounting was something that I had to do because I had to maintain a job, right? Now there was no reason for me to do accounting. So what is it that I'm good at? What is it that what is my passion? So I had to figure out my passion and then learn and steer myself to that particular passion in order for me to make money online with my passion, so that it's easy for me to make the money because I enjoy what I'm doing.
You know, you're touching on so many important points. You know, one being traditional formal education and the lack that's actually prevalent you know, in this traditional education that we force our kids to get, and that we were forced to get. And you know, unfortunately, a lot of people think, well, now that I've got a degree, or I've got this accounting course, or you know, I'm set for life, and all that teaches you is how to work for someone else, not even how to run your own business. You know, so I think let's speak about maybe the courses. Just maybe, I don't know if you can recall. I know maybe it's a few years back, but do you recall maybe the first or second courses that you bought? You know what they were, if you can trace that far back.
So initially, to be honest, like, if you don't want to spend money, like, of which I didn't want to. I mean, it's online, like, people scam you, so I didn't want to spend money. So I went on YouTube and I Googled, like, for weeks on end, like, how to make money online, what to do, you know, like, for weeks on end, I did that. And then after a while, I started getting familiar with certain platforms, such as MLSP. I actually went on to MLSP. I paid for MLSP's courses, and they're pretty good, right? There is also this one particular guy that I used, Jordan. His courses are simple, straight to the point, of which I purchased. And from MLSP's course, yes, there was a lot of information that I got from there. I took Jordan's course and I started implementing whatever he taught me. So I think those are two of the two courses that really made like a massive difference in my online career.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and was this the turning point where you decided to do things on YouTube, or is this still prior YouTube now?
No, this is actually turning point, because this is the turning point. When I bought Jordan's course, it was the turning point for me, because I decided, like, I need to do something. I need to get myself involved with something. I need to start doing something to give myself purpose. Because I mean, as you know, I don't like have to work. I don't work in Dubai. Like, I don't work.
Yeah, you work from home. You work from home. And for those of you that are watching,
yes,
I mean,
I've never gone to, since I've been married, I've never gone to traditional job. You know what I mean? Yes. So I needed to still fulfill myself in some ways, right? So I needed to still do something for myself, because I've always been that person that wants to do things for herself. So the turning point was when I got tired of literally just reading up on all this information that I got and seeing people actually doing it and seeing people making it. And I'm like, I could have been doing that for the past 2 years that I've been sitting and reading, getting all this information. It didn't help me much because I didn't implement it. So I had to get to the implementation phase. So it doesn't help you getting all this information, but you're not implementing it. So I had to my turning point was when I realized that my friend is making money from the same course that I'm doing, and I'm not doing anything. So that was my turning point. And then I turned and I started doing YouTube, because Jordan's course that I bought was purely YouTube. And when I started on YouTube, I think I failed quite a few times, but eventually when I got it right, it started happening.
Okay. So just for the viewers, Danica has mentioned a few things, and you know, for those of you, you know, that want to know more about things like MLSP, that's something that I utilize very extensively, and it's one of the systems that's taught me, how to do online marketing, especially if you're a network marketer and you're trying to take your business online. And I know Danica uses it now again after I reintroduced it to her, so she's finding that valuable. But maybe just the Jordan course. Do you remember what you paid for it? And the reason I want to touch on this is, a lot of people we get, because there's so much of free information, and given there is a lot of information on YouTube, but it's like there's just too much of information. So where do you start? Because it's so easy to get lost in YouTube when you get there. It's like you go there and you want to learn how to make money online, and before you know it, you're watching a cat video and you don't even know how you got there, because you just get lost in the maze of information. And what I find is a lot of people that want to learn from YouTube, unless you're a really focused person, you need to pay for a course. You need to invest in yourself the same way like you're going to pay for a degree or a diploma in the traditional sense. You need to pay for courses in the online space if you want to learn how to do it.
See, the thing is with YouTube is that a lot of people do YouTube, but they're doing it in order to get monetized. They're doing it in order to get money. And if you watch their videos and you watch their ads, they're getting money. They're only going to give you a snippet of information. They're not giving you all the information you need. So the only way you're going to get all the information you need in order to actually make this online thing work for you is for you to purchase a course.
Okay.
That is the unfortunate reality about YouTube, because I can go and put on a YouTube video telling you that I've just made $500 in 2 hours, and I can show you few steps on how to do it. Be rest assured, I'm not showing you everything, because I need you to come back and come and watch my video again and again and again. And with you watching it all the time, I get paid.
Right. Okay,
so,
which we're gonna get to, which is important. So, what do you remember what you paid for that course when you bought that first course?
That much. It was like 147.
Okay, that's, you know what? So it's not a lot of money, right? But it's still a lot of money, because some people are hesitant to spend $10, to get something online. So 147, correct. You made that first investment, and I assume. And look, I'm not gonna hold you to this. But since that time, if you had to put a number out there, how much do you think you've invested in courses, learning?
Oh, wow. Like, my husband and I, Wesley and I, were talking about this yesterday. Like, we went through our numbers, and like, we spent over about $7,000 to $8,000 within a period of a year, just on courses, like random little courses, not stuff that's giving me diplomas or degrees or anything like that, but it's courses that like educate me. So roughly about that much. I think 8,000 at the most for a year, for the past year and a half.
Okay, and here's the important question: has it turned into money for you?
Oh yes.
Exactly, right? So guys, this is the big thing that I always want to get across to people, that you can go and spend. Now think about this: you're doing this for, let's say you're spending money for a year and a half, and you've made more money out of YouTube than what you've spent on the courses, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now that's 1.5 years, guys. If you look at $8,000, I don't know which country you're going to be from, but most of my audience is in South Africa. So $8,000 right now, you're looking at close to 200,000 Rand. Some people spend that on a degree over a 4-year period. And remember, in that 4-year period that you're doing that degree, how much money are you making? Zero. Zip.
Nothing.
Okay, you made nothing, right? So take that now, compare it to someone that spent, in the case of Danica, that spent $8,000 in courses on YouTube, okay? But she's converted it into money. This is why I'm saying that old school traditional education, okay? I'm not saying it has no value, but I'm sorry to say it has no value in this space, because you need to unlearn so many things. It's not going to teach you because you are only good in your job as long as you're in a job. But if you're out of a job, how do you take that same information and translate it into income for yourself? So Danica, now
Yeah.
you spend the money on YouTube, the first course, you get started. Maybe let's, before you get to where you were making some decent income, tell us some of the struggles you had, maybe, learning this YouTube platform.
Whoa. How much time do you have?
Give us a few. I know. Look, we're gonna do another follow up. We'll get to a training, but maybe just give us some information.
I think with the struggles, I think my major struggle was overcoming my mentality. My mentality at the time was, oh, will this work? Like, very doubtful. Like, this is not going to work. I've tried this, I've tried that. This, like, it's the same as everything else. So I had to overcome my doubtful mentality. I had to overcome the fact that I believed that something was supposed to be a certain way in order for it to work. Right? With YouTube, there is no certain way for it to work. Today, the same thing the thing that you did today might not work tomorrow. And that is one thing that I had to learn very quickly with YouTube. When I started it, because my very first channel, I still have it. I use it as a test channel. So that channel I used, and I got it monetized within like a month or so. And I was very excited. I ran to my husband and I'm like, yay, babe, this is actually, like, it's working. Like, all these courses that we did, it's actually working. So with him, the minute he saw the $5 in the account, he was like, oh, okay, so it's working, continue. So at that point, I was so excited that it's working, what I'm doing is working. And 2 days later, I wake up to an email saying that my account has been demonetized. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what happened? Like, I did everything right. It was fine. Why did it get demonetized? But it was purely because I made one error on YouTube, and they had to demonetize it. They had to remonetize it after a while. But the one thing that I had to overcome at that point was the fact that it took me 4 months to get back onto YouTube and start posting.
Wow.
After it got demonetized. Whereas within that 4 months, I lost most probably something like $2,000 to $3,000.
Wow. Okay.
Not mentioning the education that I had bought in order for me to actually get to a point where this channel needed, like, to get to where this channel was, right? It was like a stepping stone. It wasn't like the be all and end all. It was just a stepping stone. I had to continue, and I didn't. So I had to start all over again.
Okay.
So that was one of the biggest mistakes I made.
Okay, cool. So you get started on YouTube, you make $5, and I think that $5 is important because that $5 builds belief. I'll never forget the first time when I got into network marketing in 2014. When I made my first $20, you must understand this was $20 that I did not have to get from my job. And so many people that choose not to get involved, for example, in network marketing, that they can't understand why, everyone calls it a pyramid scheme, and that's how, and that's for the ignorant. A lot of people don't understand, how it works and what it's about. And that's because of the traditional education system and the naysayers out there. But when I made that first $20, it showed me the power of what was possible. And I think for you, that was the same thing. $5 showed you that if I can make 5, I can make more.
Correct. And I think when that 5 came in and I showed Wesley the 5, right? And it got demonetized and that 5 was taken away. It was like my dream was taken away. At that point, I was like, I'm crumbling. But what I forgot was that I had a vision. So my vision crumbled with them taking that away. So somehow I had to rebuild my vision. So I just had to continue going, of which I didn't at that point. But when I realized that, I haven't made that mistake ever since. So I think it was a good mistake to make at that point.
Yeah, you gotta make mistakes.
You know, you have to make mistakes. If you don't make the mistakes, you're not going to learn. Like, this is the one thing that I tell some of my students. I'm like, guys, if you're not going to make the mistakes, you can't go back and tell people, like, this is what I've tried, this is what I've done. I mean, and this is what works for me, and this is what doesn't work for me. Or this is what works on YouTube, and this is what doesn't work for you. Unless the people that you're buying courses from, they've all gone through mistakes. They've all did this and they've gone through hurdles in order to get where they are at. It didn't just happen one day when they woke up and they're like, wow, YouTube works for me. They had to go through so much of hurdles, so much of pain, so much of mental preparation in order for them to actually get to the point where they are today. There's been potholes in the road for them. Just because you see where they are at doesn't mean that that's where they started.
Okay.
So yeah.
I like that. Okay, I think maybe let's get into how people can actually make money on YouTube. You know, so we've spoken about your journey, and we will follow this up with another video, and we'll get more and more into your story. I don't want the interview to be 3 hours long, because there's so much of valuable information that you could share with some of the experiences that you have. But maybe give us some information in terms of, people look at YouTube and all they see is this entertainment website with tons and millions and millions of videos, and they're like, okay, so how do I make money off YouTube? Because I know that some people think, to make money off YouTube, I'm going to need to put my face there, and I'm an introvert. I don't want to put my face on on video. So how do I use this thing to make money? Maybe speak about some of the ways, just high level. You don't need to go into tons of detail. So if there's 2 ways or 3 ways, maybe just highlight each one, how people make money on there, just to give a broad idea of the channel itself. And maybe let's even go beyond that. Let's even start a step before that. Maybe tell us what YouTube is, and then work your way down from there in terms of how one can use it to make money.
Okay, so YouTube is basically just a platform where people, where you can upload videos and people watch videos on it. It's like it's, as you said, it's an entertainment platform. So a lot of people go onto it to be entertained. That's what they want to be. They want to watch cat videos. They want to watch people sitting and washing their dishes. They want to laugh when they go onto YouTube. That's why people go onto YouTube, right? But then there are many other things that like people like us go onto YouTube for. We want to go and get educated. We want to go and get information from YouTube. So YouTube is an entertainment platform as well as an educational platform. Those are the 2 things that they actually thrive on. Okay, so if in your videos, if you do make videos, those are the 2 things that you need to take into consideration when you do make videos on YouTube, is to entertain people and to educate people. If you have those 2 things in your videos will thrive.
Okay.
Then how to basically start out with making money on YouTube. Obviously, you need to get your channel monetized. This is the traditional YouTube way. So there's a few ways that you can make money on YouTube. One of it is to get your channel monetized, is to get you to become a partner of YouTube, where they actually pay you to put ads onto your channel. So if people go and watch your video and they watch, let's say, 30 seconds of the ad that's on your video, you get paid for that. Okay. A second way is where you can do affiliate links. So Aslam spoke about affiliate links earlier in the video, where you can actually take someone's product and link it to your bio, and people can click on there and purchase your product or whatever it is you're selling, and then that's one way where you can also make money, right? One of the other ways that I personally love is to sell YouTube channels, like monetize YouTube channels and sell those kind of things, because a lot of people are actually looking for those kind of products. Like they want you monetize YouTube channels. So get channels monetized, then you sell those. That's another way where you can make money. You can also get promotional items on YouTube, where let's say you actually, I don't know, is it called promotional items? I'm not too sure. Um, it's where people basically just promote their products through you. So you, like that also happens when you're already a big YouTube person, when you get to a point where you're bigger, where people will actually be like, okay, this person does makeup videos, let's give her makeup to review, and they get paid for that review.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's so like a few.
So that's 4 ways. So let's just go. Is there, you're going to give us 5?
Yeah. There's one more. So you can have another one is where you can actually do like subscriptions. So subscriptions is where you say, let's say for instance, Aslam, you do what you gym a lot, right? So if people want to have like a gym membership, if you get to a certain like 200 or whatever subscribers, then you can go and apply for membership subscription. So people start paying you for a membership of your product or your gym membership of some sort. So you give them that your gym routine or whatever it is that you currently want to put out there. So there's a subscription that they're paying for your product. So that's one of the other ways that you can make money on YouTube.
So let me just recap this, right? So number 1, you get your YouTube channel monetized, and this is that whole idea of doing. So guys, maybe you've seen these videos on YouTube, and I'm talking about point number 1 now, where you might find the top 10 holiday destinations in the world for 2020, for example. Well, I don't think there's going to be many of those because 2020 people can't even travel. So, let's just call it the top 10 holiday destinations for 2019. You've seen those videos. It could be cars. It could be anything. Top 10 Hollywood houses. You've probably seen those videos. Top 10 celebrities. And as you watch these videos, you see these ads coming up, and you basically get paid for each ad that basically plays in those videos, right? That's number 1, Danica, if I'm correct. Okay.
Correct.
So we're going to go through them, one by one. So on point number 1, maybe if you can just tell people, I know now that I've gone, and sat with you and we've gone through this, maybe tell people, how do you get it monetized? What are the criteria to get a YouTube channel monetized?
So the criteria to get your YouTube channel monetized is pretty simple. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So that just means that you have to have 1,000 people subscribing to your particular channel, and then 4,000 watch hours. I don't know how to explain that any better. Like, that is what it is. It's 4,000 watch hours.
Okay, so those are the 2 main criteria. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Okay, yes. And guys, this is exactly what Danica helped me with. Like I said, I had about 30, 40 subscribers. I really wasn't paying any attention to YouTube, mainly because I wasn't really understanding it, and I was a bit lazy to create content all the time. But that's one of the ways. So, way number 1 is you monetize the channel. You need 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. You then receive an email from YouTube, which I finally got, to say you can now monetize this channel, which means I can Alright, so I can literally put ads onto my videos, and every time people watch those videos, it's basically another revenue stream. Okay, and then point number 2, okay, was that the affiliate one that we mentioned? I can't remember.
Right.
That was the affiliate one. Guys, if it's mixed up, I promise you we'll cover all 5. Okay, so point number 2 is where you promote affiliate links. So this is where you might be part of a company or a platform that sells a product. Let's say they sell the product for $1,000, and if you sell the product, they might give you, let's say, 10%, so you make $100. So normally with these ones, you'll see the links in the video profile or in the person's profile. You click on that, it takes you to sort of a sales page. And if you buy the product, the person who referred you to that page would basically receive a commission. So that's method number 2, right? So that's pretty much affiliate marketing, right? Okay. And then method number 3, do you recall what was that, Danica? So method number 3 was...
Method number 3?
Yes.
We had affiliate marketing, we had
monetization.
We had affiliate marketing, we had monetization, we had subscriptions.
Let's do the... So I think the third one was actually the promotions. So the promotions, I think this is more like influencer marketing, right? So influencer marketing could be, I'm looking at this here. So I mean, I've got this gum sitting here on my desk, okay? So the promotion is basic, and you see this is very popular on Instagram, where they might find someone that has 100,000 followers or 10,000 followers, and the company might be promoting their own gym supplement or gum or whatever the case is. And because you're an influencer and a lot of people follow you or watch your videos, companies might say, well, you know what, every time you promote our product, we also going to pay you a portion. That's pretty much what that means, right? Promotional marketing, influencer marketing.
So promotional marketing, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Okay, so that's
what's the other one?
Okay, and then you had the subscription.
We have monetizing, we have promotional marketing, we have
the subscription based.
Subscription based was basically just when it's you subscribing to, like you subscribe to a gym membership, you subscribe to that particular person's channel. That's it. And then the other one is selling monetized channels and selling.
That's the one. Yes, so the selling of monetized channels, maybe, you know, so when I look at the possibilities of making money off YouTube, what would you say, if you had to look at the 5, what would you say is the easiest way for people to make money off YouTube from those 5? I have my opinion, I want to hear your opinion.
Oh wow, my opinion, what worked for me? Selling
Monetized channels. So this is the equivalent. Yeah, this is the equivalent of finding a rundown property. Like I'm a real estate person, so this is the equivalent of finding a rundown property that no one wants, sprucing it up a little bit, okay, and then selling it when it's looking nice, right? But you're doing it with online assets as opposed to real estate. So this is online real estate, and it's a lot cheaper, I'm assuming. So maybe tell us a little bit about that.
It is a lot cheaper. Well, you just go through the process of like the exact same way you monetize your channels. You go through the exact same process. The only thing is you then list it as like you basically go in and be like, hey guys, whoever you know people that are in a group that does YouTube, you go into that group and you're like, hey guys, I've got a channel to sell. If you, it's this amount of money. I mean, I sell my channels for $300 at most, I think $320, and you sell it, and then halas. It takes about maybe a month for your channels to be monetized, depending on how good you are at getting it monetized. Then yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you sell 5 of those products a month.
Well, and what did you say is the profit margins? I mean, if you're selling them at like $300, what would you say the cost is for the person, number one, to get the channel, then get it monetized, and then sell? What would you say the profit margin is on that?
It's about 200%.
200%. Now, guys, I want you to think about that for a moment. Okay, if you had to take a piece of real estate and you had to basically renovate it, think about the amount of money. A lot of people want to get into property and they want to get into real estate, you know, and they want, because it sounds sexy, you know, to say that I'm a real estate developer, and people only see the sexiness of it versus the struggle that comes with it. That's not an easy thing to do, and it's very capital intensive. And your return will be nowhere close to 200%. And you're talking to someone right now that loves real estate. So here you're making a 200% profit on flipping online real estate in the form of YouTube channels. Okay, so you could literally, if you decide that that is, and guys, I think Danica will agree, maybe just choose one or two of these. So obviously you need to know how to monetize the channel. Okay, and Danica, I'm assuming here's a business model, guys, and this here you can see this is a very unrehearsed interview. You know, this is just raw and uncut, so to speak, right? But I mean, you could literally, if I came to you and I said, listen, I want to start selling YouTube channels, I just need you to help me get them and then monetize them for me, give it back to me, and then I'll go and do the rest and sell them. Is that like a sort of a service that you could also offer people? Okay. Yes. All right, cool. Yes. And you know, because the amount of profit that's built in there is so lucrative, 200%. You know, there's enough to go around. You know, everyone thinks that they need to know all these technical things and do it all on their own. For example, you don't need to know construction to get into the real estate flipping game. You know, you need to be able to find your deals, get someone else to come in and do the work, just manage them. I'm making it sound simpler than it really is, obviously. And you sell the finished product. And it's pretty much the same, right, Danica?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. I mean, you don't have to do the heavy lifting. I mean, a lot of online things, you don't have to do the heavy lifting. Someone else has already invented some sort of system that you can use in order for it to be used. So in order for it to make your life easier. Yeah.
So I know you have multiple income streams from YouTube itself. And would you say the most lucrative out of all of those is the buying and selling of the sites, of the YouTube channels?
That is the most easiest.
The easiest.
Like, that is the easiest. YouTube videos, that's the most lucrative. I mean, you don't really, like, you know, you put in a bit of work into what you're doing and put on some ads and you can make quite a bit of money on there.
Okay, so you're saying the most lucrative is actually the first option, which was that monetized option we spoke about.
Correct. Getting your channel monetized and affiliate marketing. The affiliate marketing, however, you need to know how to market yourself and you need to know how to market the product. See, because it's not your product, you don't really have that much control over what the person is selling. So you have to do extensive research on the product so that you don't sell nonsense, right? Whereas with YouTube, you can go and post crazy videos and people will still like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, awesome. So there you have it, guys. 5 ways to basically make money on YouTube. I'll probably put a caption or something over here where I would have went through everything. You know, I would say choose one, you know, and, you know, start learning how to do that. Now, some people might be watching this and thinking, I don't even know how to open a YouTube channel, or like, how do you get started? Is it very easy for someone to just get their own YouTube channel up and running?
Yeah, yes. If you have your Gmail address, you have an email address, sorry, if you have an email address, like I prefer Gmail, it's easier that way. And you create a Google account. From there, you can literally just click onto your create a channel on your settings, and then you create your channel.
Okay. So guys, obviously, you know what, I'll do another video with Danica where it will be more like a training where we'll possibly share our screen and she'll go through, you know, how you open your YouTube channel, if it's your first one, you know, if you have no idea how to do that. Danica, I think maybe what I want to just cover very quickly is when people get paid on YouTube, like how does the money actually come to them? So people are probably thinking, so where will I get paid? So how does that work? How does the actual payments work?
So I personally prefer that they send it to my PayPal. Okay. So you can, there's different streams of where you can get paid. Into YouTube obviously pays you on the 22nd of every month. and it only pays you out once you have $100. So less than that, you cannot be paid out. But above that, you can withdraw your cash.
Okay,
So
and is it cumulative?
you can send the money to your bank account or some cryptocurrency, I guess. I haven't tried that yet, but a bank account necessarily, yes, you can.
Okay, and tell me, is it cumulative? Because you need $100 in your account. So let's say you get on and you just got monetized, and in your first month you made $50. So you don't have enough to withdraw. But does that $50 carry over to the next month on the 22nd when you make?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Unless your channel gets demonetized,
Okay.
that money is yours.
Okay, so it will just stay there until you reach a point where you have $100, and then you can withdraw the money out of your account.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That's
awesome.
from my experience, yes.
Okay, awesome. I think maybe the second last thing I want to cover is, some people might be thinking, okay, I get into YouTube, okay, I get my channel up and running, or I get channels up and running, I choose my method, and I bought courses and now I'm doing this thing. What can I expect to make? And obviously, guys, just an income disclaimer, there are no guarantees of income, with what we're speaking about. What you make is going to be dependent on your own work ethic and your own discipline and commitment and consistency. So, but I want to just give people an idea, that some people probably make part-time income from YouTube and other people make full-time income. And what I want to ask Danica to do, what I want you to do is maybe touch on, what it takes to make part-time income, what you consider to be part-time income, how much of effort they'll need to put in to get to that. And then for someone that wants to make full-time income, what's the sort of commitment they would have to be putting in, and what they can possibly expect. Obviously, there's no guarantees, but just in your experience.
Okay, so for me, part-time income was very much, I put in like 2 to 3 hours a day, and I would make like $500, $600 the end of the month, with posting videos, because I didn't really put as much effort into it. But when I started taking it serious and stopped like treating it like a hobby, because then I started getting paid like a hobby. So I took it serious. I started putting in, in the beginning, I put in quite a lot of hours. I put in like 8 to 9 hours a day, starting from the beginning. So 8 to 9 hours, sometimes 10 to 11 hours. That was in the beginning, just to make sure that my channel is up and running and that people are seeing my content, because I posted quite a bit of videos, right? With that, you could easily make 10K a month.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so obviously the amount you make is dependent on the effort you're going to put in, the hours you're going to put in. And I remember speaking the other day, and I mean, it was crazy. You were talking about, putting up like 8 videos a day and 10 videos a day, I mean, that takes work. That takes work.
Oh.
I mean, that's not easy.
Yeah. I mean, I like in the beginning, I still sometimes now I post like 8 to 9 videos a day, like 1 video every hour, and that is only for one channel. So if you have multiple different channels, for each channel you post 8 videos a day, that becomes quite taxing. So
Okay.
it becomes quite a bit, but the reward is good.
Okay, and that's and that's what I'm very fond of. Is that there's always going to be hard work. I think everyone's out there looking for the easiest way to become a millionaire, and it doesn't exist. You're gonna need to put in some time. You're gonna need to put in effort, and you need to focus. So, guys, if YouTube is where you want to make the money, then you need to choose your channel, choose your poison, invest in yourself, learn the skill, and then work at it every single day until you become profitable. And ideally find a mentor, someone like Danica that's been down the path, that can show you the ropes and show you where she made mistakes. You want to be getting that because it shortcuts your learning process.
Correct.
Danica, I think what I also want to maybe just touch on is for people doing it part-time, what would you say realistically, if they want to see any sort of traction from YouTube? Because some people might be watching this and maybe they work a full-time job. They don't have like the 8 hours a day, or, to you, what is like a part-time work ethic if you're going to be building it on the side?
I think if you're going to be building it on a side, like, just be consistent. Like, if you put out 2 videos a week, be consistent in putting those 2 videos out a week. Okay. Like, if you put out videos every single Wednesday, once a week, be consistent in putting that 1 video out every Wednesday, because your audience starts getting used to what you're putting out there, when you're putting it out there. And sometimes it might sound weird, but people are waiting for you to post that video at that time, so that they can see what you posted, or that they can see what's happening in your life. People like them. So
okay, guys, so South African.
So they want to see, they're waiting for you to post your content. So some of your subscribers will obviously, once you stop being consistent in what you're doing, people will stop watching your stuff. The more consistency you show within your channel, the more people will start watching. Obviously, when you're doing it part-time, it will take you a little bit longer than the person that's doing it full-time, or the person that is posting 8 to 10 videos a day. People will then see their stuff more than they do yours. But stay consistent, because on the end of the day, you're not running their journey, you're running your own journey. You want to create what you want to create. You want to build your own income stream. You want to make sure that you are successful in this. Their journey is completely different from yours, because you are doing it part-time. So if you're doing something part-time, if you know that you're going to be posting it at 10 every single Wednesday, continue posting it at 10 every single Wednesday. Be consistent. Okay. That's the only thing that I would say.
Okay. And I one thing I didn't touch on, maybe some people are thinking that they really need to be technical to do this. So yeah, guys, here's the big revelation. Danica is like the superstar in IT. She understands everything about technical. I'm forgetting about the time she forgets to press the mute or unmute herself on Zoom, and she gets stuck. So how technical do you need to be to make it on YouTube, Danica?
You just need to have a laptop or a phone even. That's it. You don't need any technical skills or anything like that. I mean, really, I think I'm most part. My husband calls me technologically declined. Like, there is no way that I will ever have technological skills, ever. So you don't have to know. You don't have to be.
And then the editing of videos, do you do your own editing? Because obviously YouTube videos look all fancy. Do you do your own editing on videos?
In the beginning, I did. I did. All 8 of them, every single time, I did. The bigger your channel gets, the more you can outsource. But in the beginning, I would say do it so that you know from the ground up how much time and effort it takes for you to actually do your own videos, so that when you do want to outsource, that people don't take you for a ride. I mean, this one girl wanted to charge me $400 per minute per video.
Wow. Okay.
So that's yeah, so start from the ground up. Do it yourself in the beginning. That's what I would say. Edit your own videos in the beginning so that you know what it takes and what effort it takes to actually get it out there. And then when your channel is profitable enough, then you can outsource it.
So I think I might have just skipped over something very important, because I think some people are still thinking they need to put their own faces onto these YouTube channels. So what you're speaking about when you're talking about loading 8 videos a day, you're not even talking about videos you created yourself, right?
Oh no, you won't find my face on YouTube. Maybe one video, but no. It's all faceless videos. We call them faceless videos where you actually don't have to put your own um, face or anything like that onto the video. No one has to see you. If you are not someone that likes to be on video or on television or anything like that, you don't have to appear in any of the videos at all.
So how do you get, so maybe let's just touch on that very quickly. I know it's an in-depth discussion, but how do you get faceless videos? Where would people find them? Like, what would they do to get those?
You find them where you will be posting them.
Okay, so you find it on YouTube, right?
Correct, yes.
So guys, just to put this in context for you, you'd find a channel, and I know there needs to be certain rights, so they need the person or the channel needs to allow shareability. What's it called? There's a name for it?
It's called creative content. So if you want to share videos, so you get these little what are these videos called? Top 10 videos. I actually have one of those. So top 10 videos, right? To top 10 fastest cars in the world. If for instance I go onto Aslam's channel and Aslam's channel says that okay, I can take this content. At the bottom it will say user rights, it will say creative content reuse allowed. Then you can take that video and reuse it. However, you have to edit it. You cannot just put it up there. You have to edit it. So there's a few things that you need to do on it in order for it to not be do not have copyright strikes on it. There's a few things that you need to do in order for your channel not to be closed.
Right. Okay. Okay, and that's obviously where the training comes in. Okay, so that's one of the ways. So those are the videos we're speaking about, guys. When Danica says load 8 to 10 videos a day, it simply means you're taking videos from other channels, channels which obviously allow you to take the content, you edit those videos, you load it on your YouTube channel, 8 to 10 of those videos a day on the channel, and then you get ads running on those videos, right? It's as simple as that, basically.
Yeah.
And you get paid every time people watch the video when the ads play. As simple as that, right?
Correct.
Okay, okay. So that's what, guys, that's what Danica is referring to when she speaks about monetizing your channel with faceless videos. Okay, Danica, maybe to end off, and obviously we will do a follow-up to this, maybe your top 3 to 5 tips for someone that wants to start making money off YouTube, and they just don't know where to start. Like, I mean, you know, they want to do it, but they don't know where to start. So your top 3 to 5 tips for that person.
So for someone that doesn't know where to start, for advice for beginners, basically, I would say set your expectations. You're not going to make $1 million within the next year. So literally, like, it's not a get rich quick scheme. This is not something that you're just going to wake up one day and there's $1 million in your account. Like, set your expectations. Know what it is you're doing. Number 2, I would say, why are you doing it? What is your reason for doing it? What is your motivation? Is it just to make money? Is it because you really need to do it? Or is it because you enjoy doing it? Is it going to be a hobby or is it going to be a business? Why are you doing it? So that would be number 2. I think number 3 would be don't fear failure. Like, you are gonna fail at it. Like, that is just it. Like, there are gonna be obstacles. Like, there are gonna be situations where you actually cannot continue with the channel. You're gonna have to start a new channel, or YouTube decides we just want to demonetize your channel for no reason. Then they're gonna demonetize it. Just continue. Like, do not fear failure, because the minute you start getting the whole fear element in your head, it doesn't come out. It takes a lot of motivation for it to get out, a lot of work to get out. So, like, don't fear that. Continue motivating yourself and remember why you are doing it. All right, those two go like literally hand in hand. Number 4, I would say invest in yourself. Invest in courses, invest in coaches, invest in people that are actually willing to get you from point A to point B. People that will be able to see that, okay, this person want to make something on YouTube, let's help him. You know what I mean? Invest in yourself. Make the monetary decision to actually go out there and pay for a course. Make the monetary decision to go out there and pay for a coach of some sort. I mean, we all have to do it. We all had to do it at some point, because you don't get taught these things at school.
Yes.
So you gotta learn somewhere how to do these things, and it doesn't just automatically come. You gotta invest in it, right? And number 3, just do it. Like, don't overthink it.
5.
Number 5. I mean, number 5. Sorry. Number 5. Just do it. Don't overthink it. Just do it. And when it fails, just do it again. Just do it. Continue doing it. And that's it. Those are the 5 tips.
Okay.
Those are the 5 things that I live by when it comes to that.
And I like number 5 because, you know, I think a lot of times, you know, the other day someone reached out to me and they want to get into networking, and the person asked me for a couple of books and they want to read the books, and I said, you know what, I can send you so many books, but at the end of the day, the best way to learn is to actually just do it, because when you do it, you learn better as an insider than you will learn as an outsider looking in. Okay. You know, when I was opening fast food franchises years ago, you know, we went and we interviewed several fast food franchise owners within the franchise that we were starting, and we asked them what it was like to run the business, because we wanted to know whether we're making the right decision. But nothing could have prepared us for what was to come when we actually owned it. You know, when we actually owned the franchise. Okay, so you know, it's very, very important for people to realize that you just gotta start, and you just gotta do it. So guys, I think you know, that's the end of the interview. I will do a follow-up meeting with Danica. You know, this was valuable information, and when we do the next one, it's going to be more practical, showing you maybe how to open a YouTube channel. Danica, I want to thank you for coming on, guys, and have an awesome week and an awesome 2020. Cheers, everyone.